Sonia Ortega is unpacking 2 decades of her life's work after being forced to shut her office in Sydney CBD. JobKeeper is the lifeline that's kept her company afloat. On March 28, that lifeline will be cut.
Once it finishes, it's very uncertain. And it feels within me very volatile, because one day I feel I will close the business down. And another day I feel, no, I will go until last minute.
Many businesses have transitioned off the wage subsidy as the economy recovers. But Sonia Ortega's international student homestay company and many others like it are still in hibernation until Australia's borders reopen.
We are not a number, we are real cases. We are real people that are struggling on a daily basis.
Across Australia, nearly 500,000 businesses claimed JobKeeper in December, an almost 50% drop from the peak. On this heat map, the dark colours show the postcodes where most applications came from. Top of the list is Sydney CBD, with 6,400 companies. Next is Melbourne. And outside the big cities and their suburbs is Cairns, with 1,821 businesses. At this backpacker hostel in far north Queensland, entertainment manager Gus Fernandez had to work night shifts to keep some money coming in.
Before the pandemic, we were rolling out a heap of shows. So basically, I'm booking bands, touring acts, DJs, and I ended up working in the club doing many different jobs. It put a strain on the family because I've got a family of 5.
His colleague, Ashley Gratz, has gone from managing a team of nearly 100 to about half that.
It's been pretty stressful, to be honest. We find that you've obviously got to give a bit of guidance to the staff and sort of predict what's going to happen in the future and without sort of over-promising, under-delivering.
International travellers make up more than 80% of the hostel's business.
If we don't have a wage subsidy and until international tourism is back up and running, then I don't even want to think about what's going to happen.
The hostel's travel agency, normally a source of business for tour companies in the region, is closed indefinitely. But some operators, like Scott Garden's Reef Tours, are more worried about the domestic borders shutting than JobKeeper ending.
There were times where JobKeeper was very handy, and it still is very handy. And then there were times when the borders were open and there was some holidays, and then Australians were relaxed to travel again and weren't scared, and then, you know, a lot of businesses flourished.
More than a dozen destinations, including Cairns, have been targeted by a federal government program offering half-price flights. But the hotel industry says Australia's international gateways, Sydney and Melbourne, have been left out in the cold. Dean Long from the Accommodation Association says hotel occupancy rates in the 2 biggest capitals are averaging below 30%.
But the really worrying statistic in here is over the next 90 days leading into May, there's a vacancy rate in Sydney of 91%. That means their occupancy is at 9%.
Good morning, Nathan. How are you this morning?
At the InterContinental Sydney, staff numbers have been cut from around 800 to just 100, and that's with JobKeeper in place.
70% of my current workforce is on JobKeeper. So 70% of my business is going to be impacted in 2 weeks' time, where we're going to be challenged on how we keep those staff members employed.
On the other side of Sydney CBD sits Sonia Ortega's empty office.
This is a whole industry that is slowly dying. All of my business was thriving, and I had a multi-million-dollar business, and now I got a zero-value business. It makes me very, very upset, and I feel that the government should do something about it.
Her accountants are now weighing up whether her company can survive with just a few employees until international students return, or if the end of JobKeeper means the end of her business.